When a brand new crisis threatens history itself, a brand new team of heroes will need to be assembled to combat it. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice League Dark Tomorrow Special Issue number 1 and find out what happens next together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, we can see a series of shadowy monsters with Omega symbols on their face are hunting time-traveling heroes and villains wherever they're hiding. Some of these faces are fairly familiar, like Wave Rider, some are deep cuts like Extant, and some faces, like the one belonging to the person doing the actual narration of this issue, are brand new and mysterious. This person in a spacesuit just narrowly manages to escape getting taken out by these Omega demons. They say that the time crisis is only getting worse, and if they hope to turn the tide, they're going to need to come back to the present and have a word with the League. However, back in the present, we can see Mr. Terrific and the other heroes are already stretched pretty thin now, dealing with an influx of time-displaced heroes who continually blink in and out of existence, like poor Gold Beetle here. For those who don't know, Gold Beetle is a Jeremy Adams creation. She is both a descendant of the Blue Beetle line of heroes and even Booster Gold himself. She also does probably the best job explaining what those chronal quakes feel like. She says every time she fritzes in and out, it feels like she's dying, only for the Atom to say, actually, that's 100% what's happening. And by far the worst part is we have absolutely no idea how to fix it. Now from there we transition on over to where the Leaguers have taken all the time-displaced heroes. We actually get a very fun little scene wherein we see Airwave, who is still trying to work his way back into the heroes' graces after becoming an unwitting pawn of Gorilla Grodd back during the last Justice League story, chop it up with Amazing Man, another hero from the 40s like him. Yeah, it feels like DC Comics is actually really getting behind Amazing Man, which I never thought I would live to say. Good for him, I've always liked his costume. This conversation ends up getting cut short, as the mystery time traveler ends up coming to the Watchtower a little too hot, completely crashing into the place and causing a massive explosion. Certainly not a great way to endear yourself. But that's just me talking. The mystery time traveler says that the reason they cover their face is that they fear if any of the heroes in this time period learned who they are, it would cause untold amounts of paradoxal destruction, so it's probably best just to refer to them as Legend. Oh, you mean like DC Legends, that old Darkseid series from back in the day? Supergirl listens to this mystery person's heart and realizes that they're telling the truth when they say that time travelers from all across the timeline are being hunted by Omega demons. They want to try and rally a team together to help them fight this problem at its source, and thankfully the League is bigger now than ever before, complete with their own time-displaced heroes, who would actually make them uniquely suited for dealing with this kind of problem. We got Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis, Marilyn Moonlight, Jonah Hex, as well as Helena Wayne, the daughter of Catwoman and Batman. Wow, you got 2 cow people and 2 bat children all on the same team. Is that even legal? Airwave and Amazing Man also end up joining the cause because it's not like they're doing anything else at the moment, as well as another version of Plastic Man who figures now would probably be a good time to get back in the field. Now, if this new team is going to be cruising the waves of time, they're going to be doing it in style. It seems that Legend has brought with them a brand new ship, the Wave Rider, no relation to the guy who just got killed. This ship is actually from the Arrowverse, making its first in-universe canon appearance. On TV, it's what Rip Hunter and the Legends of Tomorrow used to travel through time, and oh my god, it just hits me now. A guy named Legend, a book called Tomorrow, a whole new superhero team in the Wave Rider. Is this book just a reboot of Legends of Tomorrow? I mean, I'm not complaining. Our new ragtag team of chronal defenders hits the cosmic road, and their first mission finds them right away as they are forced to defend Atom villain Kronos from more of those Omega demons. Helena Wayne also shows off a brand new costume, as well as a ton of new weapons courtesy of Legend themselves, which allow the heroes to help even the odds against these much more powerful foes. It also explains if you're wondering how someone like Jonah can just shoot his way out of these problems. Now, together, this new team is able to win some battles, fight some Omega demons, and put out some fires, but Legend actually wants Airwave to be the true ace in the hole that will allow them to cut off the snake's head. You see, using his amazing ability to follow vibrations, the hope is that Airwave can actually lead the Wave Rider crew back to the Omega demon source, which is exactly what he does. In fact, he's all too happy to throw himself into this role, as it gives him a chance to find more redemption, and also makes me think that Airwave might actually just be Legend from the future. Now, it would seem that the Omega demons are actually coming from the Vanishing Point, a very important port of call for all sorts of different DC time travel stories from throughout history. Basically, this place exists outside of hypertime and is usually the home of Rip Hunter and the Linear Men. Basically, the DC universe's answer to Time Cops, though as legend explains, all the Linear Men got chased away from the Vanishing Point as they too were hunted by the Omega Demons. Once they reach the Vanishing Point too, the good guys don't just have Omega Demons to contend with, as it seems another member of Darkseid's Legion of Superheroes is also on the scene. In this case, it's Shadow Lass. The heroes fight valiantly against this overwhelming force, and in the end, it's actually none other than Gold Beetle who realizes that perhaps the easiest way to stop more Omega Demons from spawning is to blow up one of their towers, using her own unique time travel know-how. Did I also mention all of the different members on this team? All of these different time displaced heroes are also filled with their own Omega energy? Because I feel like that's going to be important later. In the end, the day is saved, the Omega Demons are defeated for the time being, and Shadow Lass ends up making a tactical retreat. The crew of the Wave Rider are excited to return back to the League in the 21st century and share with them their findings. Unfortunately, as the comic comes to a close, they end up running smack dab into a chronal firewall, implying that someone very powerful and very well connected out there doesn't want this team to actually return to the 21st century. And so that was Justice League Dark Tomorrow Special Issue number 1, everybody, and ultimately I had a fun time with this. Yes, it's almost certainly a backdoor pilot for a brand new time-based League book, which, hey, you know what, when the cast of characters is this much fun and made up of this many beloved cult characters who never get the spotlight, yeah, 100% totally sign me up for it. Now, in truth, we don't actually get to spend a ton of time with these characters, as this book has a lot of work to do trying to lay the groundwork for the next big crossover event. Hell, 2 big crossover stories if we count DCKO as well. But the potential for something great and something special is certainly there. Like a DC version of Marvel's Exiles, and hey, if you're gonna have a big time crisis storyline anyway, you might as well wring all the material out of it you possibly can. Art's good too. I appreciate that a couple characters actually got some fun costume redesigns. Ultimately, I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10, and I'm definitely interested to see where all of this is gonna go in the next big storyline.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.